Hello gamers, if you're like me, you've been watching House of the Dragon and might be in the mood for a little bit of a Game of Thrones. So I thought we'd try out some Crusader Kings 3 today and using the Game of Thrones mod in order to get there. And in particular, we're going to be relying on this bookmarked mod to get a couple more dates to start our playthrough from, including the Dance of Dragons, which is when the House of the Dragon show time takes place. So we're going to have our own little alt history there. So no spoilers, because we're going to be making up our own outcome for that. And the other main mod we're going to be relying on is this minor house flavor mod to give us a little bit of extra flavor for some of our minor houses, because we're not going to be playing as, the main cast in this one. In fact, I have a different plan for us. The rest of these mods, just while we're here, it's, and they're not that important, but I haven't tried them out before, and I thought, hey, it'd be fun. So we're going to try out a couple more of these. But yes, today we will not be playing as either Rhaenyra or Prince Aegon II in this conflict, but in fact, we will be playing as House Blackwood. That's right, House Blackwood of the Blackwood Vale. Now, if you didn't know, Crusader Kings 3 is a dynastic role-playing game. So basically what that means is you have a family, a noble house, and you try to gain as much renown as possible, and just, you get to kind of just do whatever you want. You kind of make your own story up and make your own role play. It is a role-playing game, so you do have sort of traditional RPG elements like stats, like, you're good at diplomacy, or your martial, or your stewardship, or your intrigue in our case, or learning. And you also have traits like that kind of like determine kind of like who you are as a person, and your education and stuff. And you have your family, like we're House Blackwood. We got our cool sigil here: never forgive, never forget. And we have a house feud. Okay, so the basic premise of this whole thing, and the reason we're using this mod, which actually gives us something special here, the dynastic legacy. So we have a special legacy just for House Blackwood thanks to this sub mod. So we gain the vengeful trait more often because we hate the Brackens, and we have the green sight because we're also actually the house that worships the old gods. Like, if you look at the religions, everybody's the faith of the seven here, and we in the north are into the old gods, but we're the only people down past the neck here that are still into the old gods. So it makes us a little bit of an oddball in this region, and people don't like us for that as much, but what are you gonna do? We know it's up. We're in touch, we're in tune. We have this here, the Great Dead Weirwood. At the heart of Raventree Hall is a great weirwood tree, long dead, said to have been poisoned by the Brackens in ages past. It is home to a great murder of ravens, which gives the castle its name. And also, you can see the sigil of our house, and the sigil of Raventree itself. They're all the same, but the ravens over the weirwood, the white-wooded weirwood trees. So we're House Blackwood. Obviously, we're Team Black, and you might remember from the House of the Dragon episode 3, the Burning Mill. I really wanted to kind of see if we could roleplay that and have the fight in this time period against our Bracken foes. You can see here that we're feuding with the Bracken house, and just look at their stupid horse. Yeah, this guy, my nemesis, Lord Paramount Grover's Chancellor, Lord Humphrey of Southdown. Now, he's my lord's chancellor, and I'm not even on the Liege's Council. I don't like that one bit. I can tell you that much. I don't like that one. So this guy's our nemesis. Our houses hate each other, basically. If you saw the episode, okay, light spoilers, episode 3, they had this Battle of the Burning Mill. It's just well known that we don't like each other. And in fact, look at this, right? if I look at my de jure duchy titles, look at this is the Blackwood Vale right here. This whole thing is the Blackwood Vale. So when I look at the realm and I see that Southstone is controlling this little patch of land right here, the Ravishment, Sir Lord Horace of the Ravishment from House Gleaner here, you should be my vassal. That's what I'm saying. So what we're gonna do in this playthrough, and like for CK3, you kind of have to make your own fun. In this playthrough, I decided I wanted to play as House Blackwood. Why? Well, because number one, the Blackwoods and they're on Team Black, and you know, that's the way we're leaning on this show right now. And you know, look at this cool house sigil, and like they're into the old gods and like green seeing and stuff. Meanwhile, look at this Brackens and their horse. I mean, the mod made it look nicer than even the normal mod's base game, like the sub mod for the house flavor here. But you know, it's still, yeah, it's just, you know, look at them. It's ugly. You know, you're ugly, dude. You know, who wants to play as them? Those dumb Brackens. You know, so we're all on board here to continue this feud and make some trouble for these guys down here as soon as we can. But the thing is, if you didn't notice all of like the flames here, we kind of are at war actually. So Dragonstone's claim on the entire 7 kingdoms of the Iron Throne. This mod is cool. You know, we're gonna get Essos eventually, I think. You know, it's gonna be awesome. But for now, we got plenty to play with over here. And even I'm using sub mods and stuff. The community's amazing, honestly. Okay, but we got Queen Rhaenyra, and we're on her side. The North is on our side. The Vale is on our side. And looks like we're gonna, you know, I don't know, we're gonna get the Iron Islands and the Riverlands, basically. Like my Lord Grover Tully. Like if you just watched episode 5 or 6, you know that, you know, Grover Tully was gonna be close to death. And but you know, right now he's joined our team in this scenario. I'm not saying this is like canon stuff or anything, right? If you're watching the show, I don't even think Elmo's the heir. It's like Oscar or something, and they cut Kermit altogether because the Sesame Street Muppets references and stuff were too much. They were too much for the show. They changed some stuff. You know, things are a little different, so don't worry about it. We are making our own alt history right now, where, you know, unfortunately the Brackens and the Blackwoods are on the same team in this fight, because we're all in the Riverlands under the Tullys gonna join up with Rhaenyra. Everybody except for these guys. The Vances, they're going against the grain, and they are our enemies, so maybe we should do something about them. We'll see about that. But yeah, this game's pretty cool. We've got the Vale on our side. Look at Jane here. She looks amazing. We've got our enemy, King Aegon II. We got House Valerion here. You know, he's black on the show, but he's white in the game. You see, it's different. It's based on the books more so, most of the time. But you know, who cares, right? This point is, we're here to have fun. She's a dragon rider. Watch out. All right, we've got Daemon, the Rogue Prince. We even got the nicknames up in here. I actually am using an extra sub mod that lets you have more nicknames, because I think it's fun, and we're here to have fun. So let's get rolling. The first thing we got to do is just take care of some business. You know, if you're familiar with CK3, if you're not, I guess I'm gonna just try to talk you through what I'm doing as I'm going along, just getting rid of stuff that I know we don't need to pay attention to, and I'm not going to bother explaining. We do want to station our guys. We get special units, the Shadows of Raventree. They're like super strong, I'm telling you. Like, you look at so we've got like Bowman, 26 damage, 10 toughness. You know, we got the River Bows, which are actually kind of worse, but they have pursuit, which is like basically like chasing your foes down and like taking them out when they try to rout and run away. So that's like, you know, okay, cool. River Bow's like pretty ruthless. And then we got the Shadows of Raventree. These are like our special unit, and you see they are pretty sick. So we like that, and we need to station our units because you get a bonus for stationing them. And Raventree Hall is insane. You see, like, you saw my guys were crazy for doing 40 damage on top of like whatever the normal would have been 25. So we were already strong. If I station these guys, we're gonna do plus 65. That is nuts. And we can even increase it for 50 gold, which I think I want to do. But I also, here's the thing, your men-at-arms are like your powerful guys. They do most of you got your levies, which add to your big number when you raise your troops, but these guys are special. These guys and the people who are in command of your army do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to actually winning the fight. And also for sieging down places, you gotta get the mangonel, or at least, like, you know, whatever the highest, like onagers here, they're just not as good. They're older tech. There's the tech tree in what you have here in your innovations. Like if you go back, you know, we got battering rams, they're like the Bronze Age. The Iron Age, we got the onager. Right now we got the mangonel. The mangonel's the best tech. Next we could get the trebuchet, but that's later, you know. So if we want to siege places down in any reasonable length of time, we got to invest a little. But hot damn, you know, we can only get so far. That's enough for now. It would be nice to station these guys, but we actually only have one holding altogether. Instead, we are actually the Duke of the Blackwood Vale duchy region, and Raventree is our county that we have. There's a couple of castles here, which are owned by these like vassal lords who own the castles, but otherwise we got our, you know, our counts here. We got Bigglestone, of Flockshade, and Maidstone here. We got Lord of Mudgrave, Mr. Tarek, Lord John Tarek. We got Honey Tree over here, and you can see that they don't really like us very much. It's mostly because the old gods is a hostile religion to the faith of the seven. They really don't like the old gods, so that makes things complicated. Well, let's see. We got Waspwood, Mr. Pond here, and Raven's March Burn. These guys look cool too. I wonder, you know, what their story is. So one of the other things we have to do is pick our lifestyle focus. Now, because of our education trait being intrigue here, that just means that whenever we focus on a particular lifestyle, we get more traits and perks. Like we've actually already got, because we're not a child, we actually have some traits starting off here where, you know, these are pretty good. The torturer track, I could go down the intimidation focus. They added a fourth track for, like, I guess like Master of Whispers style focuses here. So I could check this out. This could be interesting. You get so much extra intrigue. They have a whole extra spy mechanic on top of normal, like skullduggery, find secrets and stuff. But I think we're going to focus on our skullduggery, get our intrigue way up, and try to go down the schemer path so that we can get some really good murder schemes going on. Because I'll tell you what, I don't think it's going to be long before our nemesis, Lord Humphrey here, starts to plot against us, and I would rather just get ahead of that if at all possible. It looks like, so we got our council here. They all seem pretty okay. I don't see any reason to do anything about it at the moment. This guy can probably, I want him to preside over the council, which gets us more opinion because everybody doesn't like us because of our religion. But it also gets us that renown, which is like, if Crusader Kings 3 had like a score and it wasn't just about role-playing for fun and making up your own stories, then I guess renown is like your high score. It's like how well known your dynasty is, and it's also the currency that will let us unlock those special flavor submod perks to get our House Blackwood kind of leveled up, basically. So yeah, a couple of things we gotta do is, one, we gotta fight on the same side as those darn Brackens in this war for the Seven Kingdoms, and hopefully we gotta win this thing. We have the numbers advantage in theory, but it's all about how the strategy plays out, and we're gonna have to raise our troops and make the best of it. And then after the war, I think we have to start to deal with these Brackens. We gotta figure out a way to get our land back, number one, and then if we can change this 14 living members down to, I don't know, 0, I think we'd be pretty satisfied with that. So we'll see how this plays out, and we'll just start playing. We've got our heir, Benjicott, our little gay son, is brave, diligent, but also wrathful. He's rowdy, which means he is more likely to be good at martial or intrigue. It looks like he's doing pretty good on the martial side, and he's already 12 years old, but if I change his focus to intrigue and make sure that he's being educated by me, yes, hopefully the next 4 years before he graduates to being a 16-year-old adult, he'll be able to make, good on his education and come out with a strong intrigue skill so that he can continue whatever I cannot finish on this situation. And we'll have to get him a good marriage for an alliance here. It might not be a marriage that he'll love, but everyone must do their duty, unless he decides to go off and become a maester or something, or get disinherited somehow, or becomes a gold cloak. If he's interested in that, whatever he wants, honestly. Benjicott, you have my support. Balian, we got Lucas right after him, and then we got a couple of daughters, and we want to make sure that they get some good education and some good marriages too. So let's take a look here. You are into a martial focus, so let me find you a guardian who's going to give you that. They kind of goes based on the trait that they want to be trained in, but also the actual learning to be good at teaching and stuff. So I think Bill Burley here might make a good teacher for Alara, and Moira, it looks like you need a teacher too. So this is just the basic homework stuff. If I put you in intrigue and educate you myself, I think that sounds cool. I want to get closer to Moira, my daughter here. And Amia, you're into stewardship focused stuff, so let's find you. My half bro Tybert, who's also my maester. Let's do it. I think that's going to be great for you. The rest of the kids, they're a little young to be worrying about them being educated and anything. Until you're 3 years old, you don't even have a personality trait to know what you're going to be interested in. So we got to give them some time to grow up. But that's all of the basic kind of homework stuff that you want to take care of when you start out the game before you unpause. Just sort of assess the situation, sort of see what your goals might want to be. And then, we're just going to get right into it. It looks like, so we've got the Lannisters over here. The Westerlands are all, raising their banners for their liege lord. So we're going to be kind of sandwiched in between these two. And we've got some allies over here and some allies up here, but they're going to take a while to kind of coalesce. So we're going to have to watch our backs and just, try to be strategic about this. But here we go. We're going to unpause, and I'm going to raise all of my armies, and we'll see if we can win this thing. There you see everybody's got their armies raising up, and we're going to have to kind of coalesce our troops together. So let's see here. Coronation of the King of Westeros. So lords and ladies, nobles from across Westeros, they have all gathered to bear witness. The High Septim anoints him with the 7 oils and announces, In the light of the seven, I now proclaim Aegon II of House Targaryen, King of the Andals, the Rhoynar, and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. Long may he reign. And everybody cheers. And we say, boo! Boo, who cares? Boo. This guy, the usurper. The usurper has no right. And because everybody gets a nickname mod is turned on. The courageous! Oh! The courageous, you say. Through the fire and the flame, he can be trusted to carry on. Light spoilers. Oh, no, this might be true. Okay, anyway. You see that he's from the House Targaryen, Fire and Blood. They have the House Targaryen, just the one house, but he's got a stylized personal coat of arms, the sign of the Greens, whereas Rhaenyra here has the personal coat of arms, the sign of the Black Targaryens, but also House Velaryon and House Arryn of the Vale, their closest allies in this fight. You know, the North, they're helping, but they're not represented in her personal sigils. But it's mostly because they're actually related, I think, to those two families, like through blood, whereas I'm not sure they're really as close on the North. You know, they're not married to any Starks as far as I know. But I also haven't read the book. I'm being surprised. So we're making our own alt history here at the same time as like whatever is going on with the show. It's different. Don't worry about it. Unfortunately, our half sister is somehow no longer eligible to be our chancellor. So we're just going to assign Talbert here. He seems great at this job, so I'm not even worried. And yeah, let's continue on. So already some battles breaking out. It looks like Hayford was caught off guard by Shinebridge and just did not raise their guys at the right time, at the right place. So look, we might already be losing some of our numbers advantage. Aegon's numbers have gone up, and here we are getting destroyed. These 1,000 guys here, these guys, they need to work this out. They need to get together and beat these guys up before we lose here. We want to avoid all of these armies coming in from this side, so I say we take our troops and head down to Haraway. So at least we're kind of on the right side of the river here, in the Riverlands. It's kind of tough to get around. Like you might remember on the show, everybody talks about the crossing and the twins here. This is like the only major crossing for this river, all the way down to Haraway here, where there's like a bunch of bridges across, but yeah, it is not easy to get around. You have to like go really around these lengths and watch yourself. All right, looks like we're maybe losing some fights here. Let's get in there and help these guys out. We got to make sure we don't lose this fight if we can. Maybe we can turn the tide. Yes. I think we were clutch there. That's great. We helped out our allies. Oh, look who shows up late. It's those Bracken brats. Yeah, big surprise. Yeah, show up for the glory at the last minute. Okay, good. We had the numbers. They got reinforcements too. All right, let's see what these notifications are all about. We need a new marshal. Obviously, we need a marshal while we're at war. Lord Benedict of Ravensmarch, my master at arms, you will serve your liege well in this trying time. Someone wants to betroth us. Our Lord Paramount himself wishes to betroth his grandson, Darman Tully, his wife, was murdered 5 years ago. Boric the Strong of Harrenhal. So down here we're at Harrenhal basically. Lord Larys the Clubfoot. He's a genius and a conniving puppet master. Huge intrigue. Way more, but he's obviously on the green side, and you might be familiar with him from the show. Obviously, the character was not made to look like the actor on the show. It was, we're based on something else here. But, okay, so our Lord Paramount wishes to marry his grandson to our daughter, Alara. And his sibling is the heir. So, but like, what's your position in the line of succession here? I don't even see him. I don't even think he's like that relevant. Now, it will not result in an alliance, and frankly, I think my daughter might be better spared on something else here. So, unfortunately, Mr. Grover, you're about to die. This might be your last request. This guy's gonna croak at any second now. But I'm not going to take your mad final, I know you're my liege and everything, like, I respect you, but I can't give up my daughter for your grandson. I hope he finds a good wife, another wife. But we're going to win this battle here and see what we can make out and make sure that we are staying with the group. We want to have the numbers to be able to take on Aegon down here. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to attach to this other army that's right here. Not the Brackens. Let's stick with Trident's Mouth and see where he's going off to. And like, let's try to stay with the group. Looks like we're ganging up to head down south. So, oh, and meanwhile, these guys, they're going to meet us on the battlefield down here, and it looks like they're going to kick our butts. So, unfortunately, our forces from the Reach down here were a little too small, a little too late. What are these guys doing down here? Who are you? What are you? Grave Ridge. Lordship of Westmarch. So these guys are all on our side over here. And they've gathered a nice looking army, but they gotta meet up with us. They can't just be down there. Look at all these enemies, and like they're gonna consolidate down in this way. So we gotta meet them up. These guys, what are you doing? Golden Grove, and everybody's way up here. Why are you landing over here? We've moved on. You should have sailed around or something. Anyway, let's hope for the best here. We'll see what we're gonna do. Oh, and there he goes. Grover, it was nice knowing you. I'm sorry I had to reject your request on your deathbed, basically. But I hope your grandson finds somebody. Elmo, I hope you'll be a good liege. And, we'll pay homage to you maybe after the war when we get some money, because that's a good way to earn renown. I think it's time that I take the lead here, and House Aaron, you should not be sailing away. I don't know what you're thinking. I think what we should do is try to cut off this army over here before they can meet up with anybody else. Oh, Dorne's getting involved. They have an alliance between Aemon. Aemon was betrothed to his daughter. Well, that doesn't bode well. They gotta call them into the war still, but that'll happen any moment now. What we should do is try to... Yeah, we gotta cut these guys off from joining up with this army, because if we can stop them here with our forces, and it looks like that's gonna be tricky, but I think we gotta try. Uh-oh. Get here, get here, get here. Come on. Alright. And look at this. What is this? Sheep Stealer, Sea Smoke, Moon Dancer, Varamax, Melis, Caraxes, Syrax. We got all of our dragons here in addition to our like super strong forces. And look what they got. Longbowmen. Come on. Countered by, who's that? The Shadows of the Raventree. That's right. And Storm Knights, you got nothing. You got nothing on my Shadows of the Raventree. Aegon II, the Courageous. Yeah, you are brave coming in here, facing off. Even our commanders are stronger. Lord Yorbert of Runestone of House Royce. Yo, those Royces know what's up. Alright. If we can beat these guys here, we are on a good track. I'm saying it. Let's find out what the battle results are in a second here. Oh, we got one fight down and then we're fighting somebody else? What's going on here? Stormlands. He's also our enemy. I guess he showed up late or something. But he's going down too. And look at this. We're already sieging down Vonchview. So let's just keep doing that. And that was a great win. Let's check out those battles. Holy cow. We killed a heck of a lot of those forces. Like 10 to 1. Yeah, look at that. The levies were wrecked. The longbowmen were absolutely destroyed, and the Storm Knights were also wrecked. So I'm pretty happy. The captains, Lord Royce of Nightsong. So we had a Royce commanding us, but looks like we've got the right Royce on our side. This guy couldn't take it. These guys, they're all imprisoned. Yo, Lord Yorbert of Runestone, let's go. Runestone Royces for the win. Honestly, I don't look at these battle things often, but I'm getting into it for the role play here. You know, the more characters that we get to see, the more fun that we get to have. Just like enjoying the world. I think that's why recording this for you makes, you know, the game, it can be enhancing for all of us to experience. I'm saying it. I know, you know, when you're playing the game alone, you might just like be skipping past stuff real quick. Okay, so let me see what to do here with the gauntlet. So the gauntlet has Fontview, but it also has the gauntlet, the actual stronghold holding here. So we actually have to take down both strongholds to claim the territory, and that will contribute to our war score, which will help us win. So you see the gauntlet's partial occupation is adding 0.36% to our total score. We probably can't siege down King's Landing itself because it is super strongly fortified. It's a level 5 holding, whereas, you know, the gauntlet here is only a level 3 castle, so it'll go a lot faster. And this one was only a level 1. That's why it went down so fast. So that's the other benefit of having our siege weapons. They help the siege progress go way faster. So 9 months becomes way less than that. Hello? Excuse me? It looks like they are coming for us, and you know what? I'm not ready to get caught off guard here. Let's back up and make sure we are meeting up with the rest of the crew here. Y'all need to come with me immediately. Uh-oh. It looks like we're doing this. Come on. Oh, it's close, but... Oh, we're getting toasted. Come on, guys, where are you? Where you been at? Get here faster. Oh, no. Spy Master of the Riverlands? Hell yeah. That is an easy acceptance. That is going to help us make some great progress against our enemies. Just as soon as we're able to focus on that. You know what? Let's take a second and assess our options. Because no matter what, this guy's my nemesis. It doesn't matter if we're on the same side in this war. There's bad blood here, and I think we need to do something about it. So the first things I'm going to do is try to figure out if I know who his spy master is. It doesn't look like it's anyone just in his court, so that means it's probably one of his vassals. Here it is. Lord Horace of Ravishment. Actually, his spy master and my rightful vassal. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by just swaying this guy to be on my side so that when the time comes, he'll be more than ready and willing to assist in the proper alignment of Mr. Lord Humphrey's demise. Yes, indeed. So we're about to lose this fight because all this army could not join up with us in time, but I am hoping they get their act together and have the numbers take down these guys right after we finish losing. Oh my god, the 3... Did you see that? 3 guys held the line long enough for the reinforcements to come against like 140,000, 14,000 people, whatever it was. Probably 14,000 at least. That was crazy. Why empty council list? What happened? My admiral got gone. Alright. Billy Burley, you are the captain for the job. The admiral and the captain. And here we are winning this fight. Look at these guys. All of our units, they're all coming together. We got it on lock here. Look, they've even got dragons on their side. But our dragons are countering them. There we go. We broke them. I guess we could 6 months siege down the gauntlet. Let's stick around and get this done. We are 51% of the way there to winning this fight. But it looks like they got another massive group who's ready to run themselves up against our armies here. So just hold on to your butts. Hey! Trying to sneak through? Oh, sneaking by me here. Oh, no. Back me up, guys. Back me up, guys. Back me up, guys. Yeah. I thought you could sneak in and take me out, eh? And our friends down here are beating up the Harrenhal leader. Very nice. Uh-oh. It was all a distraction. They came up here and they're kicking our butts at King's Landing. But we're holding the line down here. The rest of you guys, come on, what are you sleeping? Come on! Guys! Okay. We got a random event here. These kinds of things come up if you're just like for your lifestyle and whatnot. Some guy wants you to marvel at his treasures. You can, you know, see if it's more interesting, try to, you know, intimidate them, or just kind of like pay money. You get 50 intrigue. You could get 25 intrigue, lifestyle points. I think we're going to see up our dread level if we can. I didn't get a bad notification, so I think we did it. So we're just going to intimidate them a little bit. I can't believe we're about to lose this fight because these guys are like asleep at the wheel. They could have come backed us up, but instead they just let these guys get up in here, and now we're toast. Like, we were doing a good job. We were doing so good. Okay, we're raising our child, so we get some events to shape how he turns out. My son Benjicott and his little friend Amia, actually our other child, our daughter, had taken a copy of the Legends from the study and brought it into the playroom. They spent hours trying to understand what was written on its pages. Learning to read is good. Talking about Brandon the Builder and the many mysteries of the divine. I love that they've just reflavored the events just to make sure that it's all fits within the world. It's great. Benjicott seems to have developed a deep respect for the words of the old god's faith. That's our faith. You do well treating the holy words with reverence, so he can keep the trait humble. That's the default. Or we can tell him it's all nonsense, boy, ignore it, and make him more cynical, but we gain stress because that's like against we have to put effort into that. Or be satisfied and make him content. I think, you know, being humble is the right choice here, especially to humble yourselves before the old gods. But our armies just got absolutely obliterated. We're out of the war. That's it. I hope the AI can do the job because, well, dang. That's unfortunate. If these guys had actually like got their stuff together and come backed us up there when everybody else was like funneling in, because it didn't start off that bad. It got that bad because we didn't get the backup. And now, look, we're here. The North came in just to get absolutely eliminated. If I look at the defeat log here, it's just so brutal. Every last one of my guys was destroyed. I'm not going to get the battle report for this because I'm not in it, but like, oh, yikes. This is not good. This is not good. I gotta replace somebody. My Castellan probably got killed on the battle there. Let's see here. I want this guy. Ugh, you're so bad. You don't even know what to do. You don't even know what to do. You're so bad. Ugh. All right, maybe I can swap my spy master. I don't know. I'm not really using my spy master right now for anything. Am I? He's a 0. He's nothing. I can assign my half brother and he's at least a 12. He's doing something. This guy, that other guy, Anyway, unfortunate. We are really losing it here. We gotta get a guardian. What happened to your other guardian? Somebody die? Oh no. All right, half bro Elton. So it is. I'm not gonna look for marriages right now. The world is at war, right? We gotta work this out. The admiral's still missing too. I guess you can do that. Dang! Look at these guys. They're undoing all my hard work here, and our war score is dropping quickly. We need to rally and get our stuff together here, but unfortunately, you know, it's all down to these AI controlled armies, and I just don't trust them. That's a shame. They didn't come join me when they should have. That's maybe my fault for staying on the siege instead of jumping into the battle. Maybe they would have thought to follow along better. Anyway, so a bloom in the wilderness. For the third night in a row, I am sitting at the same table at the same inn. It is an excellent view of the bar. And the captivating barmaid behind it. My daydream is interrupted when my brother Elton slams his tankard down on the table. "I've seen you gawking at Jenny all night," he whispers with a sly smile. "I do not blame you. She is a benign woman. Do you want me to make introductions? And then we can make a choice. We can, you already know her? That would be perfect. Make me an introduction. We could maybe become friends with our bro here. Or I could try to do it myself. I actually gain more intrigue lifestyle experience if I do it myself, and I think I'm pretty good at that. Or I could just be here for the drinks and lose some stress. I'm not that stressed out, surprisingly. And Jenny is quite comely. I wonder. I don't need your help, brother. I want to do this myself. A bloom in the wilderness. I have seen Jenny turn down more advances than I can count. Of course, you know, you're an attractive bartender. You're going to get hit on all the time. It's just the nature of the game. But a lesser man might be intimidated. However, I have happily taken the opportunity to study their mistakes. I am ready. Our conversation flows smoothly. I did not expect to have so much in common with the barmaid. As I get up to leave, Jenny puts her hand on my arm and asks if I want a room for the night. A room for two, judging by the look in her eyes. Just for the night? How about every night? I could make her my lover. Would that be in character for me? I have a wife, the Lady Targaryen of the Westerlands. She's a Lannister of all things, our current enemies. In fact, her brother, my brother-in-law, is against us. Maybe I'm feeling a little dissatisfied with my choice of wife. We've bared many a children together, though. But young Jenny here. Let's see how this goes. My secret lover, Jenny. You will be my secret indulgence during these hard war times. Actually, while I'm recording this, I should double check my settings for the nudity. Otherwise, I might have a couple of extra pieces of editing to do. While I'm at it, I'll turn off graphic diseases and injuries for everybody's sake, just in case you're squeamish about the digital grossness. Ugh, look at us lose battle after battle. You're just throwing your troops away, guys. Look, you're just dying. Why you just do that? Look, you should have joined up with these guys, not just thrown your men into death. Oh, this guy's toast. King's Course, what are you doing? You're done for. Alright, come on, guys. Get it together. Is this really worth it? It's gone down another 7%. My troops and soldiers will rally eventually to rejoin the war effort here, but it's going to take a minute, and yeah, I don't like the way this is going. All Duskendale, you're toast. Get out of there. Dang. Where's the rest of these guys? Of course, the Iron Islanders are just raiding the area, just opportunizing. Where are your troops? Hey, King Iron Islands guy. Where are your troops? You're down here with everybody else. Okay, sure. Just saying. Is there anybody over here? Not really. It's pretty empty. Looks like we got enough lifestyle experience for another intrigue perk. Instead of continuing and finishing the torturer route at the moment, I'm going to focus on the skullduggery schemer kind of stuff. Pick up the truth is relative. It lets me fabricate hooks, which can be helpful for getting people on side to your murder schemes. Just saying. In fact, let's go make some more plans and schemes here. We could search for spies. I don't think we can do that. Or there's just nobody who's going to join, and it won't show me the option. Or, let me see here. We could assign our spy master to find secrets at his main residence, and if we discover anything juicy, we can blackmail them for a hook and then sort of use that hook to pull them into a murder scheme in the future. Looks like we've got Lord Simon captured here. He is having mismatched eyes. Oh, that's neat. This guy, he's just a lowly baron. You can't even afford the $30 to get him free. So take the 10. I'll take your $10 and free you. Be happy that I'm generous. And we're gonna rejoin this war whenever we can, but in the meantime, we'll just kind of sit back and hope that these guys get their stuff together and put up a valiant fight. What's our numbers looking like here? We are like dead even numbers wise. So this really could come down to just making sure that when we go to battle that it is as a proper consolidated force before we hit that gas, that Leroy Jenkins. And it looks like our daughter has come of age. Elair's energetic nature was thought to be a sign of an affinity for war and combat, but was simply perhaps unruliness. Unfortunately, she's only become a dutiful captain, not exactly like the best outcome for her trait, and her marshal sucks. Unfortunate. But, you know, she'll still make for a good marriage. I'm going to look at all that kind of stuff maybe after the war. Meanwhile, these forces, they're shipping out somewhere. You know, y'all better be headed to the same place. The enemy's right here, you know. Guys, you know, the enemy's right here. Where are they headed? They're all headed down to the Valum Sea. Meanwhile, I'm being raided? Excuse me? I'm going to need to move where I rally my troops. And I am low on numbers here, but maybe I can still beat these guys up. Because, excuse me, that is so rude. Yeah, it thinks I'm gonna win. Old Wick. You're fighting on our side. Meanwhile, your friends at home have decided to be messing around. So, just saying, not super impressed, Old Wick, Ragnar. You might be on our side in the battle here. You know, you're clearly commanding over in this region, but I got my eye on you. I don't know. I don't like this. Your homeboys here, they are going to have some trouble from me. You're just lucky that I had to recover my forces back at home, so I was around to take care of this business. Or should I say unlucky for you. Lucky for me. Get out of here. Wait. What? I'm left with no... I rescind my spy master position. How dare he? How dare he? That is most unfortunate. I'm going to need to get that back. In fact, I think I need to start a scheme against my lord. A fabricate hook scheme, indeed. If I can fabricate a hook against my lord, I can change my vassal contract. And right now, I am protected from revocation, and I'm protected religiously, which is good, because otherwise, you know, they hate the old gods. Me being an old god heathen usually would be no good, but I'm protected. But what I need is guaranteed council rights, because then I can enforce my will to be put on the council in the position that I ask for, the spy master position, obviously. So if we can get a hook, we can put that down and change our contract without, you know, having to make a fair trade. Like, we could, you know, increase our obligation of taxes and get our council rights. Like, you would agree to that. But we want to do that without having to give him anything else. So if we can get a hook on him, that'll be what we need to do there. Our spy master, meanwhile, has been taken off. So we're going to have to... Yeah, let's reassign the Chancellor. I trust my half-brother way more as my spy master. If you do an intrigue scheme and the spy master, you know, joins the scheme, that you pretty much have a guaranteed kill on somebody because the spy master is very powerful in terms of scheming against you. And while we're here, I'm going to switch my Chancellor to domestic affairs so that my... Oh, direct vassal opinion +0. Oh, but increases, yeah. So, because everybody hates me because I'm a different religion, that's going to help out a little bit on that front. Meanwhile, we kick these guys' butt, so they're going to leave, and we don't get a truce or anything. They just mess off. We could petition our liege. We don't need to worry about that right now. Dangerous factions. Lower crown authority. Yeah, you guys, opportunists. All of you. I'm going to raise my crown authority even higher. And we'll see how you like that. Well, hopefully this won't come to anything. But we shall see. I don't quite have enough guys again to really want to rejoin the fight. I'm halfway there. I'm gonna disband, wait a while. It'll take a while to re-raise the guys and then consolidate them again. But meanwhile, I'm gonna let the AI do their thing, and we'll check back in a bit. Looks like Duskendale is getting wrecked, and meanwhile we are trying to take out more moral scent. Great. Cool, guys. How's that going? 3 months left. Meanwhile, they've already taken a couple spots over here. Just trying to siege down Duskendale itself. Well, 3 years. Yeah, good luck, guys. By the time you're done that, hopefully we've done a little bit more damage. Another betrothal proposal. Golden Grove. They're on our side, so that's a good start. Thaddeus, your third son, Matthias, to marry Alara. We get an alliance. They're of your dynasty, but you know, what are you gonna do? That's patrilineal stuff. Did I even... Patrilineal? Anyway. You know what? I think that's a good alliance. You are stronger than me by far. How's he looking? Matthias. He's just. He can be fickle. He's kind of lazy. He's content. He is a third son. He's not... Nobody's inheriting anything. I think it's a good match. He seems like a strapping young lad, a handsome boy for my dear Alara. She's ill right now. Oh no, I hope she holds on. You know what? If you hold on, you can have a good marriage in about a year when this guy ages up. He's when he becomes 16 on the first moon. The first moon, that's just the New Year. So you just gotta make it through another year. Y'all can get married. And I hope you have a nice, happy life. 34 days. And then, I don't know what these guys are going to want to do next. Let's just try to keep an eye on things and see what happens. Yeah, don't waste any more time looking for secrets in his court. You should instead support my scheme. And hopefully that will boost my ability to, to fabricate my hook on my lord much better. The Leviathan. So I guess we're just taking some time. We are out sailing around over, we got the coastline here. It behooves a lord to spend time at sea, with the salty air in his face and a fine vessel beneath his feet. Today seems my personal craft and small escorting squadron out for drills, practice, and pleasure. The short voyage has been an exhilarating change of pace from life at court, when we spotted a distant plume of water, followed by a small island of wine-dark flesh rolling out of the waves. The greatest beast of all the depths, a whale. We can get the harpoons and try to slaughter the beast and gain some money from hauling it ashore. We can let the others handle it and just reap the rewards, or a creature of majesty, we just leave it alone and just gain some prestige from it. I would like the money, and I don't like our chances if I personally try, because apparently our prowess is garbage. We're more, a shadowy person, not a straightforward action hero. So let's go ahead and let the others handle it and just bring me the carcass and the money. And we make a little bit less, but I'd rather take those odds. We are pragmatic. We might be arbitrary and zealous and callous, so maybe we just don't care about letting them do all the work. We're going to try to roleplay this a little bit. As much as at the start here, we really just got to see how this war turns out and write our own little alt history here. And then we're going to get into this house feud and really get things burning. While we're waiting, another event about raising our child, the armory break-in. Curses those accursed children. My daughter Moira and her compatriot Hansen were caught red-handed, having snuck into the armory. Don't they know that weapons are dangerous? One of the servants caught them in the act. Hansen was crying and bleeding on the floor, while Moira simply played on with her stolen mace. Apparently, Moira didn't want to stop having fun because Hansen messed up. What will become of that girl? We could see, maybe it's understandable. Who cares about Hansen anyway? She can become arbitrary. Well, you should have admitted your wrongdoing, you brat. Great fathering there, but it will make her honest instead of arbitrary. And why didn't you help him immediately? And we can turn her into an impatient girl by doing so. We are ourselves arbitrary. I feel like that's reasonable. Who cares? Who is this guy? Anson Bowles. Your grandfather, Lordship of Rilden. Where's that? Rilden. Way down over here? Who cares? What's this kid even doing around here? We don't care about the Bowles. Some little lordship way down in the Westerlands. Yeah, who cares? Not me. Not my daughter. What's this now? The betrothed can marry? Yes, finally. So Matthias has grown up and they will be married. We will have an alliance, and that may come in handy in the future if anything goes down. Aha, here we are. I have started a series of vicious rumors against Lord Paramount Elmo. None of them are true, and someone should decry them as the obvious lies that they are. What better way for that someone to have Elmo in their debt? So I could stand up to this injustice, and I might spend 100 of my piety, but he would be indebted to me if I were to do so and put down this slander. Who knows where this slander is coming from? Or I could just build my influence and think more carefully. All I need is the weak hook. I don't need to make it a super strong hook. I can just use the foul words and stand up, and now I've got that hook that I was looking for. So, Mr. Elmo, would you be so kind as to consider a change in our contract? Perhaps council rights would be worth that exchange of, you know, standing up for you as I have seen fit. Circumstances have made it necessary for me to take alterations of your contract. I trust you will find these fair, and we receive the raven of his newly adjusted contract, which includes our guaranteed council rights, which means I can now make a little bit of an ask for you. Yes, where is it? And the diplomacy, perhaps. Where'd it go? Yes, here it is. Vassalage in court. I can demand a council position. I think I want to be your spy master. Lord Raymond of the Cape of Eagles, you are quite the intrigue master yourself, but I hope you will find a better position while I make myself indisposable here for the next 25 years. He's not getting rid of me this time. So, oh no, my half-bro jailed by Old Wick. How'd you manage that? Was that in our fight? Did you snake him in our fight? I can't believe that. I need to ransom my bro back ASAP. No wonder we lost them off the council. That makes sense now, but dang. I'm gonna make you my admiral instead of this guy, and I'm gonna have you protect trade to increase our money flow. Because we're not really sailing around right now with our guys on boats or anything. Meanwhile, these guys are still over here. They're almost done sieging down Duskendale. Meanwhile, these guys are getting some business done over here. We are still technically winning this war overall. And my troops are almost completely back to full strength. In fact, maybe even stronger than ever. And as soon as they are, we will raise them up and maybe make some trouble over in this forgotten area, just to help raise our war score. And to do that, hold on. Excuse me. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill me. We must stop the villain behind this. So I'm glad that that was exposed. As I was saying, in order to cause trouble, we should invest some of this money we built up into our mangonels, and that way we will be sieging down much faster once we do raise our troops once again here. But someone is trying to kill me. They are pretty good at keeping it a secret too. It's much less likely to happen because I found out about it, but I can't help but think that my nemesis, Lord Humphrey of Southstone, has something to do with this. And I would like to start my own murder scheme against him. In fact, Lord Horace, you're feeling much better about me these days, I see. And soon I will be leveling up my skullduggery. The swift execution gives me 30% plus. So the thing about this is, I could start a murder scheme right now against this guy. But if I did that, and it were discovered, you see right now it's only got a 51% chance. If I were discovered, I wouldn't be able to plot another murder scheme against this guy for, I think it's like 10 years. It sucks, you know. If you fail at a murder scheme, you know, you're not going to get to kill that person anytime soon, is what I'm trying to say. So I might just wait a few minutes here and build up my skills just a little bit more, build up my plot to sway his spy master just a little bit more. You know, if he gains some more opinion of me, it's not gonna hurt. Hopefully he doesn't die in the middle of this, fighting this war. Jeez. He's at least at home right now. He's in his army uniform, but at least he's at home. You know, hopefully healing up. Anna Gleaner is your heir. If you die, she's 42. She might have a couple more years of fertility left in her. What are the chances? Yeah. because she's his heir, she's not going to be available to get married. Okay. Even if we could snake out that territory just by marriage, that's another option. So piece by piece, we're gonna chip away at these darn Bracken brats. And here we are. Benjicott comes of age. With his coming of age, my tuition of Benjicott is at an end. Despite having had more than a fair share of experience with lying as a child, Benjicott has always found it difficult to apply that kind of creativity in any structured faction. Oh no. While he has shown himself to be fully capable of petty scheming, few would call it refined. But refinement is not always what you need. Well, that's unfortunate. So he only turned out to be a flamboyant trickster, pretty mediocre, but he did get to become a trained fighter, so that's not nothing. He's fine as an heir. Diligent is a good skill. Being brave is, really nice. It's valued by our religion, so you get piety for that. And he's humble. I think he turned out to be an okay son. Okay enough anyway. And I really like you can see the house coat of arms on his tunic here. It's pretty, this game's, I love this game. I'm just saying, I think it's a lot of fun. So meanwhile, these guys are finished their business and they're all regrouping down over here. My heir needs to get married, and well, my son has become old enough to be educated, and he is interested now in intrigue and the perfect ward to replace my other son who just came of age and doesn't need a ward anymore. Meanwhile, Alisane's 20 already. Pentos. I mean, I don't know if it's worth all that. The neck. I don't want to marry my daughter to this old man either. And somewhere so far away like Pentos to marry her to the free cities for what? This alliance? They're powerful. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not really trying to be at war with anyone. I can't call them into this war because it's not my war to call them to. So I'm not really looking for any of that. But my son, I should really find him a good match. But I think I'm gonna have to wait till after this conflict. He's just gonna have to wait a couple of years. It's not mechanically ideal, but let's figure it out. Meanwhile, I am basically fully resolved here. So let me raise my armies. I kind of want to see where these guys are headed. While they're doing that, I might as well go see about messing around over here. What are you thinking? Alright, looks like they're just settling in to siege down over in this area right now. Greyhelm. And Bywater? That's a great name for a place that's by water. Okay, swift execution. Now our murder schemes are 30% more effective, and our scheme chance could become 25% more effective if we're just a little bit more patient for our next intrigue skill. And frankly, yeah, we're searching over here already. This guy, as much as I would like to just have you be my friend, I could also maybe fabricate a hook on you so that I don't even have to bribe you in the end. And Tybert still pretty much the best guy for the job to help me out to get that done. Meanwhile, I'm just gonna siege Provence over here, just because until I rejoin with this group over here, they can get some other stuff done. Looks like they almost got Duskendale, and I just want to see in 30 days when this changes over How much more war score are they gonna accumulate? Right now, they are losing a lot because they lost a lot of battles, but occupation can be a big factor if a big strong fort comes down. Okay, not too bad. We lost like 7% overall, 18.3% for Duskendale. It's pretty huge, but I guess it did take like over 3 years to siege down. I think if we keep sieging down these little small weak ones, we'll kind of like overwhelm the numbers, even if we don't go head to head anymore. Because I feel like head to head at this point in the war, we actually have a little bit less troops. I don't know. Head to head might not be the way to go. We might just play the numbers games with like taking territory from each other. We'll see how this plays out. Meanwhile, we're raising our daughter Moira to try to be a good spy as well, and this is another chance for that. So, salt on the wound. While I was at the market with Moira, her attention was caught by a criminal chained in the pillory. Moira watched for him for a while. When he did nothing but cough and beg for water, Moira rolled her eyes and kept on walking. So we can let her keep the callous trait. We ourselves are also callous, so I feel like that's the natural situation, which is why it doesn't give us any stress to let her just do that. We can make her more arrogant or teach her to be compassionate. I feel like callous is the way to go, and callous is a great trait if you're into intrigue because, well, killing people is nasty business, and staying a little callous about it, I think it's a good match. Good trait match. Horus was not swayed, but we will continue to make another attempt. We need to take down the other half. You gotta take all the strongholds in a particular county in order to actually like take control of the county and have it contribute more to the war score. For example, Provence partial plus 3.6. If I get the full thing, it'll be a lot more significant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, you need to stand together, guys. Everybody needs to stand together. Uh-oh. Oh no. I should be here with you. This is gonna be really bad. This could be the battle that determines the entire war right here, and we're about to lose it. I know it looks like we're winning. It seems like, you know, we had this thing in the bag, but I am telling you right now, this is a very, very bad sign for our side. Oh no, guys. You need to be in a clump together, not half of your troops coming in halfway through the battle. I know it didn't seem like much, but those few seconds like made a huge difference. And now look, you're all scattered about, and he's picking you off, all your little groups one by one, and you're all routed. You got to stand together. You're running in late and throwing yourselves into like straight into death is not the way to do this. You're showing up way too late and way in few too many waves, just sending wave after wave of guys to their doom. This is, I'm telling you, look, our war score is already down to 17. We're toast. This is it. We just lost the war. Look at our numbers. We have like half their troops after all of those deaths. We are toast, you guys. This is really bad. I should have been there. Maybe my 3,000 guys and my super good armies could have done it, but well, the news just keeps getting worse. An end to an affair. I'm so glad you understand why it has to be this way, my lover tells me. Oh, Jenny, I wish I did. I wish I understood. First you whisper all those sweet words, but now you walk away. This is not how it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, our lover breaks up with us, and we're about to lose this war. doing this over here, the siege, while nobody was around, you know, it seemed like a nice idea to support the war effort, but I wasn't around when they really needed me. And, well, we're going to pay the price in the end for it, I think. My spouse could try to help out my vassals, but I think I would rather her stay with me and we gain more opinion with our wife. It's time me and my wife started paying attention to each other again. My lover broke up with me. Maybe the woman who has been standing, the mother of my children, you know, I've treated too harshly. So let's double down on that relationship and spend some quality time with her. As soon as this guy's done this siege, I am sailing over ASAP to meet up with the rest of my guys, because if we're gonna have any hope to do this, we all have to stand together as strong as we can. This is gonna be rough. It's gonna be a tough fight. It's the battle for the Seven Kingdoms, and we're just gonna have to find out how this all goes down. Provence, you're helping with the war score, but the battle's lost. I mean, it's hard to fight against. We're really gonna have to make some headway. But that might be enough for this episode. I mean, we've got a lot done. Oh dear, I spoke too soon. Just let the madness end. They're kicking our butts here. The Valerians, who cares about the siege? Who cares? Look at your comrades dying. You're gonna get wrecked now. You're just dead. Dead. So as we are about to lose this war, well, we're just gonna have to see what we can get done. I was in the middle of trying to end the episode, but things keep happening. There's just so much to do. But we're gonna have to make this a multi-parter. The first episode, something along the lines of, you know, trying to win the Iron Throne for the Dance of Dragons, and then, you know, maybe we're gonna have to lose next episode. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna have to find out what happens to us. Meanwhile, Moira, I don't think you should be generous if you're gonna be killing people with your intrigue. I think you could be diligent, though. I'll take the stress gain for that. And meanwhile, yeah, we're gonna send our Raventree guys around. Oh man, what's going on over here? There's Lannisters everywhere. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go over here and try to siege the Vances, because they're traitors to our lord, and if we're going to take care of any business before this war ends, maybe we can take a little bit of justice out on them. But we'll have to save that for the next episode, because this has clearly gone on long enough, at least for a reasonable thing to watch in one part. So I hope you'll join me for next time, and we'll have to see how this all turns out in the Great War for the Seven Kingdoms. To be continued. I guess that means like and subscribe and all that, you know, to follow, you know, put the notifications on, and that way you'll know when the next part comes up. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching.